morning, children. Children, we are going to do long question answers of chapter 19, that is Union Government, the Executive. The first question is, how is the Union Council of Ministers appointed? The Union Council of Ministers is appointed by the President on the advice of Prime Minister. Okay, it is there in your book also. You will get in page number 224. So the Union Council of Ministers is appointed by the President on the advice of Prime Minister, right? You can see it in page number 224. Let me show you. Here it is. By the President of India, the Council of Ministers is appointed by the President of India on the advice of the Prime Minister, right? The next part is explain its main functions. The main functions, here it is, functions of the Council of Ministers. First point you will write, it is responsible, first point, this is for E1, second part. It is responsible for the formation of internal and external policy of the country. First point, this is your first point. Second point, takes decision at the international and national levels. Next is to run the administration through various ministers. Fourth point you will write, it also performs legislative functions like preparing and approving the annual budget and making laws. Okay, so total how many functions? 4 functions. Okay, so the second part of the answer, how many points there? Total 4 functions, and you will get in page number 224. Next is explain or list any 5 powers and functions of the Prime Minister. This is in page number 225. Okay, 225. Let's come to page number 225. These are the functions. This is E2. First point, to form Council of Ministers. Second, preside over the meetings of the Cabinet as well as Council of Ministers. Third one, to coordinate the working of various departments. To advise the President to summon or prorogue the session or dissolve the Lok Sabha. Next is to advise the President about important appointments like Chairman of UPSC, etc. Any 5 you can write. And this is also very important question for you. Next is describe the legislative and financial powers of the President of India. You will get in page number 222. Where you will get this? In page number 222. So let's come to question number 3, page number 222. Legislative and financial powers. Children, you will write separately the legislative powers and the financial powers. Okay. So 222, this is your page number 222, legislative and financial powers. First of all, you will give the heading there, legislative powers, and write. First, you will write, first point, the president can summon, prorogue, and address the two houses of the parliament. The first session of the parliament begins with his or her address. Second point. Third point, can dissolve the Lok Sabha before its normal term if he or she is advised to do by the Prime Minister. Third point. Fourth is, no bill can be passed by the House becomes a law without his or her consent. This is your fourth point. Then fifth point, you can write, prior approval of the president is essential before a money bill is introduced in Lok Sabha. You can write 5 functions is enough for you. Okay. If you want to add more, you can add that 12 members of Raj Sabha and 2 Anglo-Indians to Lok Sabha is been nominated by the president. You can add this one also. That 12 members of Raj Sabha and 2 Anglo-Indians to Lok Sabha are nominated by the president. Okay, this is your 6th point. This is all about legislative powers. Now next come to financial powers. This is your E3. This was your E3 legislative powers. This is also your E3 question number, financial powers. The annual budget of the country is presented by the parliament in the name of president. All money bills requires his or her approval before they are introduced in Lok Sabha. Then he has the power to appoint members of Finance Commission. And next point, the power, president can sanction money to the government out of contingency fund to meet the situation. Contingency fund means in the nature of impressed money maintained for specific purpose is given by the president to meet the situation. Okay. So this is your financial power. So you can write this also in points. Next is your three situations under which the President of India can proclaim emergency. This you will get in page number 223. Page number 223. Let me show you this in page number 223. 3 situations. These are the 3 situations, okay? Mention number 1, national emergency. That is Article 352. 352. National emergency comes under Article 352. Here you will write, if the security of the country is threatened by war or external aggression, President can declare state of emergency in the country. Second one you will write, article, this comes under Article 356. He can also declare here emergency if there is a breakdown of law and order. Breakdown of constitutional machinery in a state means if it is not working according to the provisions of the constitution, the president can declare emergency in that state under Article 356. This is for your extra information. You should know this, that national emergency comes under Article 352, and when there is a imposition of president's rule in a state, it comes under Article 356. And the next one is your financial emergency, which comes under Article 360. Okay, 360. When the financial stability of the country is threatened, the president can declare a state of financial emergency. So these are the three extraordinary situations in the case where the president can declare emergency powers, or you can utilize emergency powers. But as we all know that his emergency powers are not absolute, he can declare it only on the written advice of the Council of Ministers. So here only you have to mention this national emergency. First point, you explain this. Then breakdown of constitutional machinery. Simple language you can write that if the government of the state is not working according to the provisions of the constitution, the president can declare emergency or impose president's rule in a state. Third one is financial emergency. When the financial stability of the country is threatened, the president can declare a financial emergency. So these are the three emergency powers. Next is your explain the terms. Explain the terms. First one is coalition government. Coalition government you will get in page number 224. Page number 224. Okay. Let's come to page number 224. As we all know that if one single party does not get the majority, then two or more parties combine together and form an alliance and makes a government which is called a coalition government. So this is for E5A part. E5, this is E5A1. No single party gets a clear majority, then the leader of two or more parties combine together or make an alliance to form the government, and this form of government is called a coalition government. Okay. When no single party gets a clear majority, the leader of two or more parties combine together or an alliance and forms the government, that form of government is called a coalition government. Next is your impeachment. What do you mean by impeachment? The removal process of the president. This you will get in page number 220. Page number 220. Impeachment. This is the process to remove the President of India is called impeachment. Okay. This is for E5B1. Next is your collective responsibility. This you will get in page number 224. Collective responsibility you will get in page number 224. E5C1. The Council of Ministers works collectively as a team. All the ministers is equally responsible to defend their acts and decisions. And they swim or sink together. And they swim or sink together. This is called collective responsibility. This is for E5C1, collective responsibility. Next is your parliamentary form of government. Parliamentary form of government. This is the answer of E5D1, parliamentary form of government. It is the form of democratic form. It is a democratic form, sorry. It is a democratic form of government where there are two types of executive. Nominal and real. Close relationship between legislature and executive. So in this way you will define this parliamentary form of government. Okay. You have read previously also in Union Government Legislature, Chapter 18. You have read over there parliamentary form of government. So you can write from there also. Next is your Electoral College. How you will define Electoral College. So what is Electoral College? This is for E5. This is E5, E part. Okay. An electoral college consisting of only the elected members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and legislative assemblies of the states participate in the election process of president. Or you can write simply that electoral college, which consists of Elected members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and legislative assemblies of the state participates in the election process or participates in the election of the President of India. Or you can write this simple statement from here also, as you want to write. So these are the answers of E part. Please go through the video, children, and write the answers very carefully, your long answers, and submit in your WhatsApp group. Do it properly in your civics notebook and submit your homework in WhatsApp group. Thank you, children.